Being aggressive, taking the fight to the debt collectors to protect yourself. Brought to you by Kenneth Chabert at yourlegallegup.com. Your advantage if you're being sued by debt collectors. Most of the time I have encouraged people to take a primarily defensive position when they were being harassed or sued for debt. I took that position because the debt collectors have very typically, up until now anyway, filed suit on old debt without having much, if any, of the evidence that they would need to win the suit. And they could afford to act this way, and generally did, because most of their intended victims never defended themselves. I won't repeat here why so often that's led to judgments against people who either didn't owe any of the money that they were being sued for, or at least didn't owe all of it, or why that left people with the chance of being sued twice on the same debt. That's in my other videos. And most of that's still true. For most people, it still can be a good idea to wait until you get sued before taking action to defend yourself. Most people don't want to bring suit themselves. It's something different and uncomfortable, usually costs some money, and some people may feel like they shouldn't be suing these guys, or that it isn't worth it. If you haven't watched my video called Class War, maybe you should. It may help to explain why I think things may be changing. The banks may be getting more aggressive, and they are definitely getting to be in a better position to become more aggressive if they want to. So you should consider getting more aggressive too. The old deal I always suggested was to defend yourself like heck and, if possible, to file a counterclaim against the debt collector. The idea, very simply, was to make their attacking you very expensive and difficult at least, and as risky as possible for them. My litigation manual and videos were designed to help you do that, and I'm proud and glad to say that the strategy has worked for many, many people. It'll still work for you if you're being sued. If you are not being sued, though, maybe you don't have to and should not wait for them to sue you. Maybe you should take things into your own hands and take the suit to them. Sue them. The theory works basically the same way. Debt collectors would rather not sue you if you're going to fight. What they would really like to do is keep hounding you until you break down and pay them. Or if you can't, then they would, at their own discretion and according to their own convenience and timing, bring suit against you. If you leave them to their own devices, they might well decide to give up on you eventually and leave you alone. But then they'd probably sell the debt to another debt collector and let you go through the process again. Eventually you're going to find one that does want to sue you. Maybe you shouldn't leave them to their own devices. I've often pointed out that the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act gives you several rights against the debt collectors, rights that you have to sue them. For example, it's illegal for them to threaten you with jail. It's illegal for them to call you late at night or cuss at or abuse you. It's illegal for them to threaten you with humiliation, for example, threaten to come down and talk to your boss. And it's illegal for them even to call you at work if you tell them that your company doesn't allow it. It's even illegal for them to contact you at all if you tell them not to do so. And if you ask for verification of the debt after they first contact you within 30 days, they must provide you that verification. And those are just for starters. Debt collectors are still frequently and possibly routinely violating the law. If they do so against you, you can file suit against them, and you don't have to wait for them to sue you. And if you do this, you can control the timing of the thing. You can get them before they're ready to sue you. In some ways, it's actually easier for you. You could make eliminating the debt once and for all a condition of your dismissing your case, if the thing settles, and if they are the company that owns the debt, as is usually the case. And you can put an early end to their harassment and the damage they're doing to your credit report. If they have to hire a lawyer to defend themselves, they have to start spending money from the very beginning of the suit. See, debt collectors often hire their lawyers who are willing to sue you on a contingency basis when they're suing you. No money up front. But lawyers can't defend a suit on a contingency. It takes cash. And if there's one thing debt collectors hate to do, it's spending cash on a lawsuit where they may never get paid even if they win. Yes, there are some risks to this strategy. And there are also some ways, even beyond the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, that you can make yourself ready to sue the debt collectors and make your claims stronger. I will soon be coming out with some new materials that will help you look at the risks and strategies and start taking the fight to them. If you're interested in hearing about it, I would appreciate your saying so in a comment in the comments section below this video, or send me a private message. Protect what's yours and don't let the debt collectors rip you off. My site and materials can help. Go to yourlegalega.com. Get my litigation manual and forums, or get the videos and defend yourself. You'll be glad that you did. You may not consider this video or anything I say in this or any video as legal advice. I cannot give you legal advice, but as a former lawyer, I do know the legal process and debt law very well. So use what I say as a source of information and apply your own judgment to your case. To get more help on fighting debt collectors and their lawsuits, go to yourlegalega.com. Get my litigation manual and forums. If you appreciate this video, please take a second and like it, subscribe, and friend me, as these things will help others find my videos and begin to learn more about the debt litigation process. Defend yourself from the debt collectors on Facebook or YouTube, as these things help others find my videos and begin to learn more about the debt litigation process. Defend yourself from the debt collectors.